Hey there everyone, it's Kelly with Kellyscards.ca and welcome to this What's in My Stash video. For this week I'm going to target 6x6 paper pads specifically. I love 6x6 paper pads because I make cards and smaller albums, and I'm going to get to why the 6x6 paper is actually a better choice than some of the 12x12 papers. What I love about the 12x12 papers though is you can go into the scrapbooking store and you can see all the papers laid out and you kind of pick and choose which ones you want. Sometimes you may not like certain papers in a paper line, so that is really good for 12x12 papers. But what is awesome about 6x6 papers is that the papers themselves on 6x6 the designs are smaller. So for instance, these stripes are a lot smaller on this 6x6 pad than it would be on the full 12x12 sheets of paper, which I guess makes sense. But for card makers, you can really see the difference when you want to make a card and you do a 6x6 paper. The images are a lot smaller, and I'm going to show you the difference here in a paper that I have. I'm just going to push this aside. So this is from Bo Bunny, and this is one of their lines from basically an older Valentine line, and as you can see there are words on this side that are quite large and then these tags that are quite large. Now I also did buy the little 6x6 of this, and if I flip to this same page here and we just compare the size of the writing, you can see there's a huge difference. The 6x6 papers are a lot smaller and it's all condensed obviously from 12x12 to 6x6, and this just makes easier, especially some of these little designs. If you want to look at some of these different patterns, they're a lot smaller. The hearts are smaller, the stripes are smaller. Basically these little hearts here, love this page here. The 12x12 version of this is so large, and sometimes it is almost too large to really make a nice card out of it. So this is where 12x12 papers are not so good for cards. Some of the patterns can be still good, like stripes and that. So I'm just going to go through my little storage here. This is just a plastic container that happens to fit these papers absolutely perfect, and I have two of these, and I thought I would just go through the papers that I have. To start out with my papers, I basically have them upside down, and the reason I have them upside down is because when you get little extra sheets, like let's say I only use half of this and you start getting little pieces in here, they're not going to fall out. I don't feel like I have to buy like the individual pockets, like the plastic pockets to keep this in. If I just merely keep this upside down, that pretty much solves that situation. So I'll just go through some of the companies. So Authentique makes great papers. This is one of the first companies I'll show. This is a newer paper line that is a wedding line. I just recently got this. I'll probably use this also for vintage cards as well. And this one here I got at a scrapbook store garage sale, and just some of the colors in here are really pretty. So what made this such a great find was because I've been working on a scrapbook for a while now, and it was with this paper line. So I thought this was great that I could find this. And I really like some of the paper lines they had with Valentine's Day. They have a lot of really different looking papers, and I actually bought that paper pad twice there. Really like that one. And now going into some other companies here, I just love Cardabella. I think they're a really great company. This one in particular here, Words of Love, this is from a couple years ago. Really like the blacks in here, and I really like the patterns. When you're searching for good patterns, you're looking for something that not only you like the colors, that is going to be able to work with your project. If you're doing cards, like I say, you want things that aren't maybe overly busy so that you can create your card and your background isn't kind of overtaking your card. So I also got some of this. This is the Lawn Fawn. This is the newer one. This is the Perfectly Plaid. And again, I really love the colors in this, and I really like the plaid. So I grabbed one of these, and I also have quite a bit of things from My Favorite Things. Now, My Favorite Things has a lot of kind of planer pads, which is really great for a background or little strips on your cards and projects. And this one here is chevron. And this one here is this houndstooth. Really like this pattern, love these colors. This one here is their painted Prince Citrus pack. Really like these colors. I thought this would be good for a boy or more masculine cards. And then of course more plaid here. This is another plaid pack from My Favorite Things. And then this one, I really like this one here. This one had some stripes and dots and just a variety of different patterns, but I really like the colors, so I grabbed that one. I am a huge fan of Doodlebug. What's great about Doodlebug is they kind of use like literally the same colors, but their patterns change. So from year to year, you can pretty much use last year's papers with this year's papers, and I love that. And they always come with stripes and chevrons and plain paper as well, so everything matches. And they're really cute. So I've got quite a few in here from the Valentine's lines. Again, these are from a couple years ago because again, we're going to be coming up to Valentine's Day again. This one here is an adorable paper line. This is the one with the little cups and the coffee cups, and I think I showed this on a haul. Still haven't really used this yet, but I will be hopefully using this soon. So really like Doodlebug. They have very nice papers, and this is one that they came out with just kind of a plainer pack with some chevrons and again some different patterns, some dots and that. So really like that. There's a few kind of older ones that I still have, like Making Memories. I have two different ones of those. And then here in the back, I kind of have maybe one or two left of this or that. And I kind of keep them in there so I don't kind of mix them up with my other papers. I'm just going to go over here to my second bin here. These are just different brands from the first. So this is my first pack of Your Next Stamp, and this is again, of course, plaid. Just also showed this in a haul. Really like this paper. I think this is really good. A lot of these colors would work for masculine cards. And same with this. This is Pink and Main. This is their Take Flight 2. This is a newer paper line as well. And really love these plainer patterns. This is excellent for masculine cards. Great colors and great patterns. And really, again, that's what you're looking for. You want to look for things that are versatile and that you can use pretty much the whole pack of. Now these dots and stripes, I've had these for a while. This is from Echo Park. Echo Park, love their paper lines as well. This is definitely an older paper line. I still have a little bit of both paper packs that I bought left, but again, a really nice backdrop for the cards. And I have a couple other paper lines here. This one is extremely old and I hardly have anything left, but look at all those little scraps in there. And because again, I hold it like this upside down, nothing's gonna fall out. So this is a beautiful paper line from Kaiser Craft. I think Simon Says Stamp still sells this. I think R&R still might sell this. And this is a beautiful purple paper line. And they've got the butterflies in here, really nice black and white mixed with the purple and pink. This is a beautiful line, and look at the nice pattern there. That it would go with a lot of different things. And again, also what you want to look for is that maybe you have other papers at home that will go with this new 6x6 pack that you're looking at, so it'll kind of extend the life in your use of it. So Bo Bunny is a company I used to buy just a ton from. I haven't bought as much anymore. I have kind of gone away from some of their papers, but I still do have a few different paper lines of there. This is an older Valentine's Day one. This one here is a kind of a male collection here. Really love this. I am basically savoring this one. It's got a lot of the vintagey kind of male film strips. Really love, and the cameras there, really love this paper line. And of course the last Bow Bunny line is probably one of my favorite lines here. This one here, this Isabella collection, really like this combination. Like, look how pretty that is with the pink and the gray together. And what beautiful cards. And of course I don't have a lot of these papers, but look at those dots. Are they ever pretty? So of course there's lots of other companies on the market. Basic Gray, I love this paper line. This is basically Scarlet's Letter. And this is a very, very, very old paper line. I don't even know how old this is, but I found this again at a scrapbook garage store and I grabbed it immediately because I really love these types of vintage. Look at that. That is beautiful. And really love, like, look at these stripes. They're beautiful. And really like this for a masculine or a vintage type card. Just to go through, I have a couple other of their lines, and here is one from Prima. That is again another older line with some mail papers. And again, I try to see if one of these papers can go with something else so that I can use it up that way. I also have a few other lines. This one here and this one here are both from Michaels, and I just really like the colors here. I've used quite a bit of both. There actually isn't a ton left in these. And I really like just being able to see it in the store. Sometimes when you order something online, you can't really get a good look at it. And being in the store, you get a chance to really look at it and feel the papers. This is a new one that I showed in a haul. This one here is kind of like craft cardstock, but it's foiled in this gold. And really like this. Haven't got a chance to use this yet, but I love that you get 4 sheets of each pattern. So here's some stars here and beautiful stripes on the diagonal. Really love that pattern. That's beautiful. And bigger dots there. So really love this paper. I can't wait to start using that. And then of course I showed this in a haul as well. These are the Echo Park. Now this is the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas Volume 1 and Volume 2. And this was the photo play, again plaid 6x6 paper. Again, really love the size difference. It's just way better for cards, and I find that they're a lot easier to work with. As a last point here, sometimes I'll run by and a store will have something like this. This really isn't a well-known scrapbook company, but I'll flip through and I'll say, you know what, I really like these colors, and hey, this could possibly work with that Bow Bunny line with the little bits of paper that I have left. So I'll buy something like that to work with basically whatever I have left in here. When my paper packs get small and there's not much left, that's when I'll take whatever I have left and I'll cut it into strips, and then I'll make cards basically with strips. And I've shown this a lot in a lot of my card kits where I will do a whole bunch of strips on a card, and it's really, really pretty. And I like doing that, and that kind of gets rid of the leftovers of your pads as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video on my 6x6 paper pads. Again, I know there's a lot of paper in here that probably isn't sold anymore, but when you keep your eye out for basically crafts things that are for sale on either Facebook or Kijiji or whatever, there's lots of people trying to sell older paper lines. And you know what, they may not be the newest thing on the market, but a lot of them have some beautiful papers in it, and a lot of times they are a really, really good deal. If I look back to that Authentique pad, it was practically brand new and I paid $3 for it, and it was like pretty much all here. So there's lots of deals to be had at these scrapbooking stores that have garage sales or Kijiji, or maybe somebody's selling it on Facebook. So check it out. Really love, again, the 6x6 size. It is easier to store, obviously, and the size is really good for the projects that I do. So I want to thank you for joining me for this video. You can check me out on my website at Kellyscards.ca. You can subscribe for more videos, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.